Today on the channel from the Masters Universe Origins Deluxe line, we've got Dragon Blaster Skeletor.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Masters Universe Origins unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we've got Dragon Blaster Skeletor. But for all your Dragon Blaster Skeletor needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. And of course, everything over $59 does ship free. And we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And Dragon Blaster Skeletor, one I never had back in the day, but a very popular one. You find out many years later, when you're looking at the internet, researching Masters Universe, learning more about stuff, how many people had such a fondness for this Skeletor. And like I said, never picked it up back in the day. I don't quite have that same fondness that maybe some people do have, but it's very cool. Anytime you get an animal or a creature, you know you can sign me up all day long. Let's take a look at the packaging on this one. Let's find out what all the fuss is about. And there he is, old Dragon Blaster Skeletor. Got the Snake Men packaging here. No Snake Men logo because we know Skeletor doesn't get too along with King Hiss, as we do know. But we've got the snake stuff up top. A little glamour shot off to the side. A little blurbage action there. All the accessories. This one does feel like a deluxe one because he does have an animal. He's got a creature with him. A dragon. But it says Dragon Blaster Skeletor, evil leader and his dreadful dragon. Press dragon's head to spray enemies. Modern posing for retro play. How about that? Deluxe figure set. On the back, there it is. Got the big cross sell. Got all the stuff that shows what we can do. UPC's warnings. Beautiful artwork up top. Let's see what it says about the old Dragon Blaster Skeletor. It says Skeletor commands his dragon to spray his enemies with his paralyzing venom. And you got some creatures behind him. You got Too Bad. Is he coming to the Origins line as a future deluxe? I could see that as a deluxe possibility. You got Bashasaurus back there as well with He-Man. So some Easter eggs to the future possibly going on here. And you do got the cross-sell, Snake Tila, Snake Trooper, Snake Face, King Randor, Slamurai, of course. But it looks like you can snap the dragon onto the back there. You can take the head off. You can fill it with water. And you got a little squirt gun action there. And, of course, you got to chain him up to Skeletor and the dragon. So a lot of cool stuff that we've seen in the past with prior versions of this character. But let's get him out of the package, see what's going on, see what all the fuss is about, as I say once again. Just slide him out of the package. There we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. There we go. Knock all these things out. There's the comic, the dragon, the sword. Oh my gosh, that dragon's bigger than I assumed him to be. There we go. Never assume a dragon's size. I was always told that by my third grade teacher. Well, maybe not. Sounds good though, doesn't it? There it is. There's a little Skeletor in the plastic prison. Looking nice in there. And of course, twist ties all over the place. They don't want him going anywhere or his dragon going anywhere. But we got him locked in at the arms, got him locked in at the legs as well, like we see with a lot of the Origins figures, of course, in this line. I guess it makes sense. Got to protect it, don't want it sliding around in the package, all that fun stuff. Pull the mighty Skeletor out, twist ties everywhere. See you later. Goodbye, Spider-Man style. See you later. Goodbye. And then we do get the comic book, The Viper's Vice. We got a little Skeletor, a little Snake Man, a little Medusa action. We've seen this comic book. Of course, this does come with Snake Face as well as Dragon Blaster Skeletor, so you get the same comic between them both. But it does work for me. I always love getting these comics, as you guys do know. Then we get our accessories here. We got the big old power sword. Love that it's the full sword. We're to the days where we're getting the full sword, no longer the half swords. Definitely a big, thick handle on this one. Sometimes kind of wears out the hand. They do fall out, so I've seen that with some of mine over time. Your mileage may vary, of course, but all in purple here, looking good. On point for old Skeletor. Then we do get the clip here. This is actually way thicker of a chain than I imagined it would be. I thought it would be a very skinny chain. I'm not sure if this is actually metal. It feels metal. I need to get the old metal detector out here, I guess. But definitely a nice, heavy-duty, thick chain on here. And then you got the nice collar on top of it. Almost looks like a dog collar. You can put this between two wrestlers, have a big old dog collar match if you needed to. Of course, it did say thumb this one through here and get it on the hook. You got the nice bright neon green hook going on right here. Looking very, very nice. And then you just plug that onto the side of the dragon, like so, and then you got them attached. Then you put this around the hand of course, Skeletor. So very, very big. Does not really feel like a dragon. I mean, it looks like a dragon, but it just feels like kind of a very cheap plastic accessory. Obviously, it has to be lightweight for the little figure to hold on to, so that does make sense. You do get some movement on the head here. You can move it back and forth, and of course, it's got a pump, almost like a dispenser for hand lotion or soap or something you'd have by your sink. It kind of has that same kind of effect, but it does spray out like a squirt gun. I think that is really cool. Very colorful dragon as well. You got the purple and the reds, the big teeth. You got the yellow in the eyes, the two horns on the top. It just plugs into the back of Skeletor here. As he's got his front vest, you just plug this together. Of course, we've seen them do that before. That might take a little work here. I'm going to have to play with it a little bit. Can I get it on real quick? Kinda. It just takes a little work to get it slid in there and connected. And then, of course, the bottom as well. Come on. Come on, let's get it in there. But yeah, it's going to take some time here to get him clubbed in, locked in there. But he will fit on the back, and that way, being snatched into the vest and connected to the vest, you're not going to have to worry about him falling off, things like that. So that's always nice as well. And then, like I said, this just does fit around one of his hands. Choose your own hand adventure, which one you want it to be around. That keeps him attached to Skeletor. You might want to wrap this around so it doesn't get in the way and stuff. But definitely looks good. A very interesting version of Skeletor, as we do know. And I said earlier, not my necessarily favorite version of Skeletor, but I know some people out there, it is their favorite version. As I work to connect this a little bit tighter here. There we go. I think we're in business now. We're a little bit tighter. So you can see it stays on, but definitely makes him bigger. Going to make him very top heavy. He's going to fall over one way or the other. So, of course, a ringside collectible stand. Make sure you get the Mattel stand. Is really going to come in handy on something like this. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. There you go. That's going to help him stand a heck of a lot better if you need to, because he's definitely top heavy. It is a light dragon, but it's going to lean him one way or the other. That is for sure. You do get down to the Skeletor figure here. Of course, you got the blue skin like we're used to with Skeletor. You get the feet with the 3 toes, of course. The very merman-like boots down there at the bottom. Looking good. You got one open hand, one gripping hand, so he can't have the sword in the other hand. You do get his vest that clamps together, very Masters Universe Origin style, of course. You even got a little spot on the front there. Not sure exactly what that's for. I thought you could maybe store the sword in there if you wanted to, but you do got a little bit of a see-through spot right there. He's got his black loincloth, of course, from one of Eternia's finest tailors, as we do know. And then we do get the Skeletor head, a very cool-looking Skeletor head. I think all day long people know it's Skeletor. You got the mouth going, almost looks like his mouth is stitched shut. You got the red eyes, the very skeleton appearance, the yellow face, the purple hood. At the end of the day, all day, it is Skeletor. One interesting thing I wondered about this, and I did grab him here. I did go back to the WWE Masters Universe Classic Series for Ricky the Dragon the Steamboat. I did get Ricky Steamboat here because he did come with a dragon, which is very on point. And I thought for sure they would reuse this dragon with him, but it's a totally different dragon. So I gotta say, a nice touch from Mattel, because Mattel could have very easily changed the color on this one and just re-released it. Instead, they gave us a brand new tooling, brand new item. This truly feels like a deluxe figure. And then it's very cool that Ricky Steamboat got his own dragon that they never reused any other way. Who knows? There's still time to come. You could see this as an accessory, maybe with some play set or something down the line. But I do think that was really, really cool that we did get our own little dragon with each of these characters. I think that was just a cool touch where they could have very easily just used reuse like we see a lot in the Masters Universe Origins line. So they didn't go that direction this time. So very cool there. I did grab the Classics version of the Dragon Blaster Skeletor. Very similar, but very different. As you can imagine, I'm just a Classics guy at the end of the day. But very cool to have this in 2 different lines here, of course. And I keep saying it. This is a very iconic one. I've heard it from a lot of people that this was their Skeletor growing up. I had the OG ones, and then after that, I never got any other He-Man or Skeletor figures. I said, there's too many other characters I want. I don't need to double up on my He-Man. But of course, they released Skeletors like this for people that missed out on those old ones. You always had to have a He-Man and a Skeletor out there at all times. And that's one of the ways they got to business where they were with Masters Universe, and that's why we got this Dragon Blaster later on after the OG one was released, including other ones, the Terraclaws, Skeletor, there was a lot of different ones. No different than we see in the Origins line to this day. So what is old is new again in a lot of ways here at the table today. But a very cool one, and it definitely does feel deluxe to me. Really do like the looks of this, and I just love that they use different dragons. I think that was the nice touch that really brought this one to the proverbial next level. But what say you guys out there in YouTube land? What are your thoughts on Dragon Blaster Skeletor? Was this your Skeletor as a kid? Is this your Skeletor now? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. You might as well like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell as we got videos every single day and then some. Yes, and then some. And even more content, including early access to videos like this, over on the old Patreon channel. Of course, the Patreon, your best way to support the channel and all of its content. And you can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for Dragon Blaster, Skeletor, and Ricky Steamboat, why not? I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.